Howdy everybody. I wanted to do another quick Tooling Tuesday video and talk a little bit about fixturing and something we've started doing recently. So a lot of times whenever you're machining, especially in a milling machine, lathe, really doesn't matter what type of machine it is, you have to hold your parts where they are rigid, where they're consistently always in the same place, and they're going to withstand the pressures of being cut. And one thing that's real common in CNC machining on milling machines is soft jaws. So a lot of people will make their own soft jaws where they can actually put these in a vise and machine out custom pockets, custom features, so that they can hold their parts in a standard vise, which is one of the easier ways to load and unload something over and over again. Problem with these is they're limited use. That's a, you can use them over and over again. You can see I have a few different cuts on these. I have a slot, I have a big pocket for one part, two small radiuses for smaller parts, and I can still keep going with these. One thing I never like about it though is it's a bigger chunk of material. You always have this strip in the middle that you can't mess with. You have these counterbore pockets where you have the bolt so you can't ever go in there or anything like that. That's some of the limitations with soft jaws, but there's also just the material cost. That's a bigger chunk of material. It's not massive, but it's a larger chunk of material. Something I've started doing recently is taking some of the drop material I have left over from jobs and making smaller fixtures. So I'll make these little one-off fixtures whenever I need a custom way to hold something. If it's not production level, but it's 10, 20 pieces, it makes it very handy and very simple to make custom little fixtures that the parts fit into perfectly, and I can put them in the standard vise with hard jaws and not have to make custom soft jaws every time. That way I don't have to buy special material just for jaws. I literally go to my leftover material from other work, grab something off the shelf, then about 10-15 minutes later I have a piece ready to go. So that saves us material cost, that saves us the inconvenience of having to store all these. These fixtures are very much one and done. If I'm going to build it again, I'll keep these. If otherwise, not a big deal to have to toss this in the scrap bin. When this is a couple dollars of material and you want to keep it a little bit longer, that's, 10 cents. But it allows us to work quickly, allows us to work accurately, so we're still holding the parts rigidly, consistently. We can even do bolt fixtures where we have like a little chunk like this I had left over. And I made it has a couple bosses on it for locations. So I literally dropped the part on like that. I put a clamp in the middle and I did my profile work on this little piece. But it's a cool new method I figured out. I don't know if anybody else is out there does anything like this. I'm sure there's other guys, but yeah, if you have any ideas, if you do something similar, be sure to share it in the comments. But that'll be it for this Tooling Tuesday. Y'all have a good one.